Lately, I've had so much to do. I am running around like crazy. I have to be in 5 different places at once. It's nonstop, and it stresses me out, to be honest. And a friend said to me, Iliza, relax. You can only be where your feet are. And it sounds like a simple thing, but I wiggled my toes and I realized I was wearing a pair of Bombas. And I realized that the only part of the last few hours of my day that felt comfortable were my feet. Because Bombas socks wrap around your foot. They grip my foot. I love wearing Bombas on stage. I wear them to work out. I love wearing them on airplanes. And I love a fresh pair of Bombas. In addition to making socks that are delicious for your feet, Bombas is really stepping up their slipper and slide game this season. And these always make a great gift. Everybody wants something comfy for their feet. They make fluffy things, suede things, a little something for every foot. And if there's one thing Bombas knows, it's feet. And we haven't gotten to the best part yet. For every pair of Bombas you purchase, Bombas donates one to someone facing homelessness on your behalf. So anytime you get something cozy and warm for your feet, someone else does too. This holiday season, gift Bombas and have your friends and loved ones going from aw, socks to aw, socks. Sock, yeah. Head over to bombas.com/Iliza and use code Iliza for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Iliza. Code Iliza at checkout.
Lemonada.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer. You ask me, I'll tell you anything.
I feel like we start every episode with like, here's why this is hard, we're gonna make it better. But for those of you watching this on video, we will be rigging my office to give you a better viewing experience. And I'm still probably never gonna drop everything to get in full hair and makeup, but I am wearing a really cool hat that I used to sell at merch. So get one on eBay. Like with the Comedy Store jacket, I look homeless and like my hair coming out of the sides. Sorry, unhoused.
Yeah, that's.
I look like I'm experiencing unhouselessness.
Unhouselessness. Oh no.
Oh no. Just real quick, Boston, you guys were awesome this weekend. I had the best time. And I love the cold weather. And it's just the perfect slice of Americana. And I loved it. I feel more at home in Boston than I do in my own hometown of Dallas, Texas. And I said it.
Well, I think we've talked about on this show maybe how I'm very attracted to trashy Boston man.
So it's the
Mechanic.
accent.
Yeah.
My tour manager and I, see, you just said trashy, but that's a working man. Doesn't that go against
I know
your
it's
whole...
rude.
You are rude.
I know. My
tour
liberal
manager
elitism
was talking about that accent. And I was like, I am not a fan of accents, but like a Boston accent, like if like your boxing instructor or something, like some tough guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Break me. Love it.
Somebody who has a skill.
Fucking break me. I love it. Love the accent. Think it's so cute. Think it's so endearing. Gets a little weird when you get up to like New Hampshire. You're like, what is that? But yeah, I love it. I love New England. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that it's got its own distinct vibe, the preppiness, the waspiness, the colonial vibe of like the buildings and the reverence that we have for our country's history. And somebody was like, oh, you went to Boston. Did you do any cool sightseeing? I was like, fuck no. I went to college there. I'm not going to see Paul Revere's house.
You're not going to go do the duck boat? You're not going to go visit? What's the little
tour.
ducklings? No, and then there's the duck tour, the duck boat. But then there's also the little ducklings that are in a little row you can go visit at the park.
I don't know
Who are
what you're
they?
talking
Make
about.
way for ducklings.
Okay,
Near
I
the
didn't do
Cheers
that.
bar.
I walked.
Well,
I didn't go to Cheers, having digested a lot of those episodes in the last few months.
Yeah.
But it was great. You know, nobody did what I did. And
What was that?
let me say this: I'm not going to get into the full story, but we were walking down by the wharf, and there were some pro-Palestine protesters. There was like 6 of them outside of a Capital One, because never forget, this was never about Palestinian lives. This was always about hating Jews. So they were protesting that Capital One does business with Israel, right? You don't see a lot of those protesters anymore, but that's what they were doing. A bunch of white guys in keffiyehs, and they looked super smart. And it's like, okay, fine. Here's my thing. If you are going to protest on behalf of something you believe in, 2 things. 1, don't cover your face. If I believe deeply in something that is like a part of my moral code and I'm not being secretly paid by a Qatari bank account, I show my face because this is what I'm standing up for. Sorry, that's just how I feel. 2, if you are going to lead a hateful protest, you have to be charismatic and be a good public speaker. And to me, the biggest offense, this guy was such a bad public speaker. Like usually they have it dialed in. They're like 2, 4, 6, 8 from the river to the we hate Jews. And it just kind of goes. This guy, literally, this was him. And globalize the Intifada. Cause I mean, like how many lives, right? Like how many kids? And you're just like, you are stuttering into a microphone in front of a bank on a Saturday.
Very funny to think of like the street preachers that are outside yelling that actually they do kind of have some charisma.
That's
do you know
exactly
what I mean? Like
right.
They have their patter and they
We take
have
for
their
granted
responses.
how
just loud.
unhinged people usually just let the words flow. And you're like, I deeply believe you're all going to hell if you don't ascribe to my beliefs. And this guy was like, and because Israel, and you're just like, oh no, like you just needed a couple of bucks. So I think that was the greatest offense, was that he was a poor public speaker. That's what you get with your budget protesters. No, not compelling at all. And here we are on a rainy day. Well, I guess today's Monday, it comes out Wednesday, and headed to Portland and Seattle. Probably lost a few fans just now, but headed to Portland and Seattle for some amazing shows. And I have a Red Hot update.
Red Hot update.
At the Boston show, the last one, I met the listener who was the bridesmaid who was unceremoniously dumped from the bridal party. Remember when she asked if her husband could park his car overnight? And she also asked if they could push the time back. And I was like, oh, we turned on you. She was like, you kind of did, but...
It was like the day before, and they're like, never mind, you don't need to be the maid of honor or the bridesmaid or whatever, because we don't want to deal with you.
We were like, are you the problem? She seemed normal, but it was cool to meet her. Sometimes, if the episode is in recent memory or if it's a real standout, I'll remember it. But we do get people that are like, I wrote in 6 years ago, and you're like, oh, I don't remember.
I know, that's tough. If you email and you reference writing in before, please know I don't know when or what you're talking about. Please provide context.
You know what's hard? It's hard to remember the episode name, but that always goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's very cool, because that was an interesting one. And you and I were discussing this a little bit, how it's like nice. We know that you guys are listening and you're getting feedback and you're saying you want real feedback. No one wants real feedback. And you're hearing Iliza go against you and you're getting upset. I love that this person you spoke with was like, hey, I listened to your advice, even though you came at me.
It is so hard as a human, but especially as a woman, to get unfiltered, like a truth bomb from someone.
No, thank you.
Like sometimes you'll have that one friend who, it's not even about doing it in a nice way. Like usually friends will be like, I don't know, you're fucking messy, deal with your shit. And you're like, okay, is that a kind way to speak to someone? Like I can give you a tough pill to swallow, but I don't have to shove it down your throat. So I do appreciate the amount of listeners. Sometimes we give advice and I'm like, you and I were talking about how, like, if I wrote into a podcast and someone was like, it sounds like you're the problem, you're a piece of shit, I would unfollow and feel so embarrassed, even though they didn't know it was me. So I really give it up to anybody who writes in where you don't come off looking incredible. We're still in your corner because we want you to have the best answer to make the best choice. But it really does take, and we are not short on this, an intelligent and like kind of mentally tough person to be like, yeah, I hear that. You know what? That was shitty. I shouldn't have slept with that lady's husband. You're right. I am the psycho. What clarity.
Yeah. Which I love. I think it's a well-balanced, the listeners are, I think, overall pretty mature, thoughtful.
Well, I guess you can't be too offended because it can't be personal because we don't know you.
Right.
So,
that's why they want to be anonymous.
You just make up a name. Just make up a name. And you know what would be cute is if we had like a category, like everyone had to be a gourd. So you could be like summer squash. My boyfriend, don't sleep with me. I'm nearly kombucha.
Well, we did that. We had one with all those pasta names, but then it's a little hard to track down who's who. And I'm going to say it, pasta names don't have a gender, so it's hard for me to remember who's a boy and who's a girl when they're a pasta name.
Yeah, they do. Angel hair's a girl.
Well,
Angliotti's a boy. If it ends in an A, it's a girl.
If you do gourds, you have to be like Mr. Pumpkin and Miss Squash.
I don't think gender matters, Emily. I don't know why
I
you
do.
would even.
In this instance, I
Remember
do.
the one was she the one that was like coffee? She was like cappuccino. It's just hard. Because your brain can't latch on in the way you do normal names.
Because they were doing exactly what you asked. Yeah, because we can't latch on to a person A, person B.
So just make up names, folks. And by the way, this thing where you're like, we'll call them Bob. I'm like, you could just call them Bob. Like
That's
you don't have,
such a-
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's such a Reddit trope where people do that. And it's like, well, yeah, we know, like, we don't know you, so it doesn't matter.
You could just lie and be like, their names are definitely Timmy and Tommy. And I'll be like, I believe you.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if it's Tammy and Trammy.
Tammy and Trammy. Okay, well, you want to get into questions. You were excited to do questions.
Well, what do you want to do?
I want to do questions too, but you were like sending me questions. So let's do it.
Oh, because I had some direct messages on my Patreon that doesn't let me interact with anyone. I need help. I got to fix it. Because not being able.
I think you need to reinstall the app. What are you logged in at? We got to do this. Okay. You're probably, I don't know who you're logged in as. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But let's do this question. Hi, friends. I've been listening religiously since early 2019. When I dropped out of college mid-semester due to mental health struggles and moved back home, your podcast motivated me and guided me through one of the hardest times of my life. After coming out of that doom valley, I recommended your Netflix specials to a few of my closest friends. I told them they might want to watch them together and not with their boyfriends at the time. Needless to say, those boyfriends are no longer in the picture, and kinder ones have entered the scene.
Okay.
I like the implication that it's because they watched your specials, Eliza.
She's just like, you might want to watch it with a woman. Like, I hate the conceit that like men might not like it.
But these men are bad. So they watched it, ditched the bad guys, got some nice guys.
I know, but I don't think those men ever, I don't know.
Right. Needless to say, though, I look up to both Eliza and Emily immensely, have used the Bombas code, sat my dad down and watched a few episodes, and my mom and sister are already huge fans.
Yes.
All right.
Turn your whole family.
So here's my question.
Okay, I'm ready.
How to deal with a friend that listened to this podcast and took the advice in a completely different direction?
Wow.
So this is another one of our listeners, and I assume they're going to know they're being talked about. I bought tickets to your show for her birthday because she's told me her birthdays are never fun and always end in fights with her family.
Okay.
Since she has told me that, I've been present and brought good energy to the last 5 birthdays at least. Known each other at least 12 years. It's a small town. She was my best friend in the hometown. I was not hers, which is natural. But my heart hurts. And I think what makes this podcast so amazing is both Eliza's hot, confident take and Emily's willingness to take some shit for loving what she loves. I can tell you guys take care of each other. You're both amazing. And I've loved the limited guests on your podcast, especially the occasional one-liner from Smokey Husky. Thank you for any advice you can send my way. I would prefer to stay anonymous. So this person is so anonymous, they're not going to tell us what advice their friend took.
Yeah, what's the question?
So how do you deal with, she got her friend into you. Her friend was like, oh my God, so I'm listening to the teachings of Eliza, got advice on a question, and went the opposite way with it.
Yeah, but that's what you're asking us what to do. I mean, tell her to reread the source material, re-listen to it. I don't know. I also don't know what the advice was and also the context of it. But you know what you could do? Well, also it's your opinion. We don't know the situation. It's your opinion that.
Yeah, did you interpret us right? Is that what you're?
Well, no, I was going to say you're like, she did the opposite thing and it was wrong. Or was it right? Like, what did she do? You can't write in like this. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Without any more context. This is the epitome of lack of context. You're like in a vacuum with no variables and no details. What could you do differently? You're like, with what?
Okay, well, that's the question you sent me.
That's what I sent you?
Yes.
I didn't read it. I just was
I
like, this
know
looks
you
long.
didn't.
I'll send it to Emily.
I just want to say shout out to this listener. Good work out there. Your friend's wrong, probably.
Oh man, I was busy trying to con my daughter into eating some Mexican food.
Oh, what kind?
I gotta write a love letter to El Torito.
Oh,
Do you like it?
yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
In full snob fashion. Like, we don't go out to eat a lot because Noah cooks. Noah was gone. And my mother-in-law was like, do you want to go to Mexican food? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. This is LA. Should be super easy, right? No, the dirty secret about LA, and this is before we decided to deport all of the foreign people who live here. There's actually not a lot of, in Hollywood, like good sit-down Mexican restaurants. And
Yeah.
the ones that are known are like mediocre. If you want,
And like you wouldn't bring, you're not going to bring your family to El Compadre, maybe.
we have better sit down Thai restaurants that are like family restaurants. El Compadre,
Yeah.
I don't think is very good. And if you want great tacos, you can go to a taqueria, but like a sit down, like we don't have it
Yeah.
on the border. I'm not saying that that's like the pinnacle of it. Like we don't have a ton of Mexican places. I was like, whatever, it's 5:30. We'll just, this is so early. We'll go to Casa Vega, which I remember thinking was like, whatever. We go, despite the fact that they don't pick up the phone, but in the voicemail, they're like, we absolutely accept walk-ins. My mother-in-law runs in. The place is almost empty. They wouldn't take us. And it's valet. And I was like, in the valley on fuck you. There's no way you're getting me for LA valet prices in the valley. I get in the car and now it's like 5:45. My kids eat at 5.
Yeah.
I'm starting to
They're
sweat.
losing it.
I'm trying to find a Mexican restaurant. I don't know. We had said Mexican, let's find Mexican. Everything's, and it's rainy. Everything's, and I see El Torito, which I had always written off as like a corporate Mexican chain and like whatever. We go in. It's huge, which is what you want.
Yeah.
It's mostly empty, which is what you want. Because it is, listen to me, Latin restaurants always accommodate families. Because they're a very family-oriented culture. They got crayons for your kids. You don't get the LA like eye roll.
Yeah, they got fun coloring sheets.
They all have kids. They walk in. They bring the seat, which I know that these things are very normal in other cities, but in LA, like the fact that we could not find dinner at 5:15 on a Sunday, the fact that it was a struggle. They bring in, the waiter gives me his name. I still remember it. It was Cruz. He was so sweet.
Oh,
My mother-in-law got a margarita. We split a plate of sizzling fajitas. They made tableside guacamole, which was outstanding. The salsa was good. They brought over crayons for the kids. As many, whatever you wanted, they had. The whole meal was $54.
this is my perfect night out.
Which if you're listening somewhere else, you're like, that's a little pricey. In LA,
Yeah.
and when I was like, I'd like to take home some
With
of this.
alcohol.
They
Yeah.
brought over so many bags. I was like, I just need the one. Like, it was like we were in Texas. I will be an El Torito fan forever because of how fucking easy they made it. And the chips and salsa were good.
Yes. Oh, that's so
Big
nice.
menu. They do Thanksgiving
I
there.
love that.
It was like a suburban dose of help right when I needed it. And I loved it. And the guy was so nice.
I love that kind of Mexican spot.
It's the kind of place where people smile at your kids that are eating there because they're all grandparents because that's the time we were eating.
Yeah.
That's not even my top of the cup. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I will talk about Mexican food all day long. I, female 34, have a friend, female 35, who randomly changed her number without telling me. She would message me through Facebook messages, which by Eliza, I think that's the most unhinged way to message someone. I know people who will like send a Facebook message. I'm like, no.
Like just message
Send
to
me
like
an email.
a DM on Facebook, like an IM.
Facebook has its own messaging app called like Messenger that's separate.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the ass.
I haven't opened mine in like 10 years. I feel like if I checked it, moths would fly out.
I have a lot of unread stuff in there. So
Mostly from me.
when we were talking there, I found out she was getting married and she invited me, but her wedding was 2 weeks after she invited me and on a Thursday.
We talked on Messenger app. She invited me. The wedding was
Said she's getting
2
married
weeks
in
out.
2 weeks on a Thursday.
She invited you over Messenger app.
Over Messenger app.
Thursdays are relevant. The fact that she invited you 2 weeks out digitally.
Yes. I couldn't, and not even via text or a phone call. Like,
You
hey.
up? And
Yeah.
let me ask you this because this will unlock it all. And I don't know the rest. Did you message her first? Like, did you catch her at work and she's like, oh, I had this open? I bet you messaged her first.
Maybe. Let's see. I mean, I don't think they're answering that in here, but she says,
Okay.
I couldn't go since I had a work commitment I couldn't get out of. I mean, yeah, it's 2 weeks away and it's a Thursday. But we planned to get brunch or coffee after she got married about 4 weeks later. I wanted my friend to plan where we're going and what time, since I usually plan hangouts. I told her what weekend would work for me, but that weekend came and went and nothing was ever planned. This was January and February of this year. It is now November. Should I reach out to her and just let her be and wait for her to reach out?
This is
You're
not your
done.
friend.
You're done.
You are her friend. She's not your friend.
And vice versa.
You're done. You're done. Is this how you want to be treated? Because you will be signing up for more of this. She will never get better because you've taught her, if you hang out with her, you taught her that you're like a toy that she can just set down and pick back up whenever. You
The
weren't
fact-
invited to her wedding. you know what? She might like you fine and like you when she's talking to you, but like, and I have people like that where I'm like, oh yeah, this person, but like you don't mean anything to her.
We had a live show episode where we had someone in person, Kim, come with her daughter, and she was talking about how she always sets up all the hangouts with her friend, and that's how it's always been. And she just wants the friend to put in the effort. At the time, based on that situation, our thought was, no, like this, you've been doing it this way for 30 years. This is how it is. Like, she doesn't not appreciate you because of that. This situation has a different nuance to it. This woman invited you to her wedding 2 weeks. You said, hey, I'm free this weekend to catch up. She never said a word to you. Didn't even do the thing like, oh, sorry I missed you over the weekend. Let's find another time. She's done. You can be done.
And it doesn't even have to be charged. Like it could just be when you're in front of her. It's like, oh, hey, but like it's not a priority.
She's not worth it.
You know, the big thing that young girls have to learn is like, if he wanted to text you, he would. And that applies to friendships and that applies to relationships. And that's why I find it so offensive when people don't write back because like if you felt that I were important enough, you would write back.
Yeah.
There is we live in a world where everyone's had phones long enough and you would know if someone's bad with their phone. Everybody knows that one person that still has a flip phone and they use a landline and they're off the grid, but people pick up that personality when it suits them. Like, I didn't see this. It would have been a priority if it were a priority. So that should inform your decision. You run into her when you're out and she's like, hey, do you want to grab coffee right now? Maybe.
But you drew your line in the sand. You said you always invited her, so you wanted her to do it. She didn't do it.
Well, I have an issue with that. Did you say to her, hey, I always plan everything? There's also, can you do it? Or did you do the girl thing where you thought that and you were hoping she would understand that you always did it? Because if you are a planner, as I am, people do take for granted that you're like, I picked the reservation, I picked the restaurant. When I tour, and Hunter, I hope you hear this, I always pick the restaurants. And the other day I was like, you have to pick, I'm not even hungry. And no one could do it. No one could figure it out. And I had to do it. Because for some people, they just don't know.
Well, so in this instance, I think it's telling that our question asker was like, hey, I'm free this weekend. Not only did the friend not plan anything, but didn't say like, oh, I can't do this weekend, or I can't. If the friend had been like, oh, me too, then maybe it would be like, okay.
And by the way, like, I'm free this weekend. Like, if I'm not, then I'm just not going to write back. Like, she doesn't care and she knows that you'll be there. So just don't be there ever again. Unfriend this person. They'll never even notice it and be done. Make it so that they can never talk to you again. And by the way, we're glossing over the opening line. She changed her number.
Right. I mean,
that was the chance for her to be, wait, by the way, how do you know she changed her number?
Were you just texting, you weren't getting a reply back, so you Facebook Messenger and she said, oh, I changed my number.
That's even weirder. That means maybe, you know what that means? That could mean, if she's not like avoiding you, she didn't think like, oh, this is someone I should give my new number to. And you reach out, she's like, oh, I like you. Like, she likes you fine.
Yeah.
But she doesn't like you enough to respect you, which is actually worse than actively disliking someone. And we do explore these themes in my new movie, Chasing Summer. So be done with it. Move on. Now you know what it feels like. Don't do it to someone, or you'll recognize it next time someone does it to you.
Hi, it's Eliza, and I'm here with my daughter, Sierra. Can you say hi, baby?
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. And we're here to tell you about MeUndies because the weather is getting chilly. Isn't that right, Sierra?
Yeah, I like to get cozy.
And the best part about getting cozy is slipping into some MeUndies. We are big fans of MeUndies in my house because they have a cut for every butt. Did I say butt?
Yes.
With over 20 different styles and 100 different colors and prints.
I like my pajamas because they have unicorns on it.
That's right. Yours do have unicorns on them. And MeUndies' signature super soft micromodal fabric is breathable, stretchy, and unbelievably cozy. It's perfect for crisp mornings, chilly nights, and everything in between. So whether you're layering up for a hike, giving a gift, lounging in flannel, MeUndies moves with you and keeps you comfy. And they don't bunch up, right, Sierra?
No, they don't bunch in my pussy.
What I love about MeUndies is that they use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. And if you're not happy with your first pair of undies, it's on MeUndies. With more than over 30 million pairs sold and 90,000 five-star reviews, MeUndies are an essential winter and fall must-have for every drawer. People don't know this about me, but I love lounging around a hotel room in a cheeky brief. And I always have a pair of MeUndies with me. I wear them on the plane under my sweats, and I hang out in them in my hotel room. And they have so many beautiful patterns. I really like their In Bloom print. It's autumnal, it's cozy, it's chic. I want you to come get cozy with me. And right now, as a listener of my show, you can get cozy and spooky for less with deals up to 50% off at MeUndies.com/Eliza and enter promo code Eliza. That's MeUndies.com/Eliza. Promo code Eliza for up to 50% off. MeUndies, comfort that's made for fall.
I can't wait to get so cozy.
You know that feeling when you're like, I'll just pop on social media real quick. I'll do a little scroll, no big deal. And then it's an hour later. And you're not any better for it. In fact, you feel a lot worse and you didn't learn anything. Well, it's time to take back your time and enroll in Masterclass. You can get unlimited access to over 200 classes from some of your favorite celebrities, taught by the world's best business leaders, writers, chefs, and more. My mom was writing a book and she did Masterclass. She loved the classes from Joyce Carol Oates on the art of short stories. I enjoyed the David Sedaris ones. I think he's hilarious. You can get classes on anything from digital media to community and government. You can learn about gut health, all from people who are masters of their field. With Masterclass, you can get thousands of bite-sized lessons across 13 categories that can fit into even the busiest of schedules. This is not college. This is not hours and hours of lectures. These are small classes that are digestible, taught by people that we all love. And these classes really make a difference. 3 in 4 surveyed members feel inspired every time they watch Masterclass. Plus, every new membership comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. Right now, our listeners get an additional 15% off any annual membership at masterclass.com/Eliza. That's 15% off at masterclass.com/Eliza. Masterclass.com/Eliza. Kids don't know the value of $1. Well, how can they when we give them everything? And even when you give your kids chores, there's no way that the 25 cents you're paying your kid to pick up their toys actually means anything in the real world. Don't you want your kids to understand their finances and be self-sufficient? Well, you got to start them early. Acorns Early lets kids learn by doing. Acorns Early is the money app and debit card that makes it easy to grow your kids' smart money habits. They can earn money with the in-app chore tracker, practice real-life budgeting with automatic allowances, and even set up their own savings goals. How cute is that? It's not just a card. It's their card. With 35 plus customizable designs to choose from, it really helps kids to feel financially empowered. And they feel the impact of their spending choices, which sparks independence and confidence with every swipe. Ready to join the over 1.2 million parents and kids who have unlocked their kids' potential with Acorns Early? Get your first month on us when you head to acornsearly.com/Eliza or download the Acorns Early app. That's 1 month free when you sign up at acornsearly.com/Eliza. Acorns Early Card is issued by NBKC Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license via USA. Free trial for new subscribers only. Subscription fee starting from $5 per month unless canceled. Terms apply at acornsearly.com/early terms.
Hi, AI crew. And a special hello to Hot Scotty. I'm going to be straight up. I need dating advice. I am a 33-year-old lesbian, and despite being perpetually single, matching digits, the rest of my life is really great. I have amazing friends, great relationships with my family, a career I enjoy and that I'm well respected in, but I cannot find love. I go on a lot of first dates, but never get to the second. A lot of it is on me. I am not into a lot of the women I'm going out with. Some other details. I mostly use the apps, but have approached women IRL. I'm not ugly or dumb. I think I'm a very decent catch. I've had plenty of situationships over the years, but only one significant relationship. I've been in love before, and that's the bar I've set for my dates. I know what a great spark feels like, and I'm looking for no less than that again. Am I setting the bar too high? Judging these women too quickly? Am I giving off unavailable / do not talk to me vibes? I would love a partner and a family, so I'm willing to take any and all suggestions on how to attract new love in the new year. Liz.
Well, Liz, why did I write down the word filter? I did, and I was like, remember to say this to Liz. And then I'm just looking at the word filter and I don't know why I said it. The good news is you know what you want.
Yes.
You know where your bar is. You know what love feels like, and you know that you're capable of it. If you are talking about meeting someone to create a life with, your standards should be high. And at 33, you don't have to compromise.
Yeah.
Okay. It just takes a minute. Your standards are a way for a reason. And it's never, if you're not delusional, I don't believe that standards are about pickiness, which is a word we tend to ascribe to women. Standards are there for protection. Now, you are talking about meeting a woman, which is different than like the chemistry involved with meeting a man. So not being gay, I don't really know if it's the same things that you look for in a partner, like protection or like a man's innate ability to provide. Like, I don't know that side of it. But we have our standards in place for protective reasonings, and you have that female intuition. And yes, there are the times where you go out with someone and you're like, I didn't know, but then they grew on me. But you kind of do know. They say that men know if it's someone that they could like have a potential partner with within like the first few seconds.
Yeah.
Women, unfortunately, people can grow on us. But I would be interested to know what your standards are. For example, if you're like, they have to have a college education. Well, that's fair if you have one, because you're talking about like a certain shared experience level, a certain intelligence level. Of course, you could be smart and not go to college, but you're coming from a similar place. Obviously, they also have to be a lesbian. That would be super helpful. And so it depends on what the filters are. But I think the good news is you get the dates, right? We definitely have people on here that are like, I can't get any dates.
Right. And in real life and on the app. So you're connecting. So you've put together a good enough profile because you're connecting with people. You're approaching people and going on dates, but then you're getting to the first date and going, I'm good.
I mean, that's fair. And also sometimes maybe you're very intelligent. Like, I find it hard to really connect with most people because most people are not down for a meaningful conversation. Not that I can't have like frivolous friendships, but like you're also desperately searching. Like, you really do want to find that person. So it's like you pick up something, you smell it, you're like, oh, that's not right. Move on. Next one. It might be worth slowing it down. And it might be worth, that's why I wrote filter, changing the settings on your dating app. Because if you're catching a lot of fish, it's just creating a lot more work for you. So try going even pickier and see what gets through. Is your age set to like anywhere from like 19 to 55, you know? What if you got really specific with yourself and the universe about what it is that you want? Then you would have more time because you'd have less options to really zero in on that person. If you're going out every night and these people are all over the place, why don't you get really specific about what you want and put energy toward that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe you're going on too many dates with anything.
Yeah.
Like, maybe internally you're very specific, but on the apps, you're just like, okay, sure, like, you're pretty. Because a lot of it's just swiping. I doubt you're reading the whole thing. Maybe you need to make your settings harder for people to get through. That's why I wrote filter. Okay. That's my advice to you. You have nothing to lose. You're already not dating anyone. You may as well be like, yeah, I really would prefer that they be under 35, but older than 28. I really would prefer they have this background. I really, do it. See what happens. And get back to us. Yeah.
Help. I have a sister. News to me. I'm going to get right into it. My name is Alyssa. I'm a 35-year-old female who grew up in Michigan but has lived in Florida since 2011. I do not claim to be a Floridian. Ick. I received an Ancestry.com DNA kit for Christmas in 2019 and completed it almost immediately. Genealogy is very interesting to me, which is the main reason I wanted the kit.
Why else would you want a kit?
Ancestry.com
kit.
Someone. I've always been told that my family is mixed white European and some Native American, so I wanted to see if that was legit. I didn't get anything in the results that was too shocking at the time. Last month, a friend of mine and I were talking about her culture. She's Slovakian and moved here when she was 5. And I swore that I was either Slovak or something similar. So I logged back into my Ancestry app and wouldn't you know it, says I have a new DNA match. Now, this has happened before, but it's been cousins and one half aunt that my mom did not know existed. Ironic, but not the main point of this question. The DNA match profile showed my match's name, Danielle, age range, county of residence, and 24% shared paternal DNA with a note indicating that we were either half-sisters or shared a niece/aunt relationship. I sent her a message and let her know I was an only child. This was weird and asked her to message me back if she wanted to chat. But a week later, she answered, said she was also an only child, and this was in fact weird. We communicated for about a week trying to figure out if we could be cousins or some other weird relationship with no luck. I gave her my dad's name, Mark, told her she could ask her mom, Tammy, if it sounded familiar. She tried over text and phone call with her mom, but said her mom avoided the question and said we must be cousins or something. About a week later, Danielle texted me and let me know she had lunch with her mom and her mom had come clean. Before Danielle was born, her mom, Tammy, and dad, Sam, had separated. Her mom, Tammy, met my dad, Mark, and she got pregnant. Her mom and dad, Tammy and Sam,
Got back together.
got back together and decided that Sam would raise her as his own. She's 11 months younger than me, and we grew up 10 miles away from each other. My/our dad, Mark, does not know that she exists.
Does not know.
Tammy told Danielle.
You gotta tell him. You gotta, because Sam knows, and that's the person you'd be most worried about. So now everyone knows but your dad. Oh,
The
it
hang
makes
up.
me so sad.
Tammy told Danielle that her dad, Sam, knew the entire truth and that Tammy did not inform Mark she'd gotten pregnant because she knew he already had one child he wasn't very involved with, me.
Oh, he didn't like too much. One child he wasn't crazy about.
The hang up
Woof.
is that Sam passed away in a car accident about 10 years ago. So Danielle cannot confirm any of this with him and has lost most trust in her mom.
It doesn't matter.
The real question, how do I develop a relationship with her? We've been texting and getting to know each other as best we can.
That's the question.
And both agree we would want to meet in person one day. She still lives in Michigan. Do I/we tell Mark that she exists?
Yes.
For Tammy, Mark does not know. He was what I call an obligatory dad growing up. Paid child support, picked me up every other Saturday, and attended a few sporting events here and there. We're not close and haven't actually talked in about a year, which is normal for us. I've told Danielle that I'm happy to be as involved or hands-off as she wants if she decides to contact him. Danielle and I both have sons. Hers is 7, mine is 12, and we're both married. Is it weird to try to get to know her and her husband and son? I don't want to seem too nosy or pushy, but want to know as much about her and her life as I can. I feel like we have so much catching up to do.
Well, I think
Thanks
that's
for time
sweet.
reading this.
I think, look.
P.S.
Okay.
I've changed everyone's names because a lot of Danielle's family
Thank
doesn't
you.
know this info yet. And I don't want to out her before she's ready to deal with it.
And the whole time I'm like, these are real names. I believe that your name is Danielle. That's amazing. I think the bigger priority right now is what do you girls want to do? And I think that's very sweet. And if you're both still open to it, I mean, you do share a father and it seems like you like each other and you live in separate states. So at the very least, maybe you send each other a Christmas card or at least you know she exists. That's cool. As to telling the dad, I would. Because it doesn't sound like it's going to change his reality, but I do think a person kind of has a right to know. And Tammy's mom made that choice a little unfairly. It does take two to tango. It's not like he abandoned her. But that doesn't really have to be, it sounds like a secret that you're not going to be able to carry for long. The bigger thing is, do you want a relationship with this girl? And it sounds like you do. So as long as you both are cool with it, I say explore it. Now you have a free sister.
Yeah, you seem happy. I mean, I guess the harder part of this is for Danielle's. Like, this is.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
You don't like your dad.
No.
And you're hurt by your dad. So the reason that you would keep this from him is to hurt him. We've had people write in before, and you can tell when they find out about a secret relative, they're like, do I tell my mom or dad like this? He raised me as his own, like this would hurt him. You're not keeping this from him because you're afraid of hurting him. You're keeping it from him because you're mad at the way that he raised you. And that is totally fair.
Yeah.
And to not be speaking now hurts as an adult. And you're coming from the place of a hurt child. And I totally get it.
Yeah.
So sit with it for a second and just work on your relationship with her. And then one day he'll pick up the phone, you guys will talk, and you'll be like, I have something to tell you. But your concern right now should be you and her. That's
and
my
it's
advice
not
to you.
weird to want to get to know her and her husband and her
Not at
family.
all.
They're part of your family.
Not at all. It's weird if she's like, I don't want any part of this, then
Right.
you've got to let her alone. At least you know she exists, but that's it.
Yeah.
One less person out there for you to date.
Hi, AIA crew. What should I do in this weird friendship situation? I, 36 female, have been friends with male, 54, for 3 years.
54.
Yeah.
You guys
We
aren't friends, but go
initially
ahead.
met at the gym where I work. He
Yeah,
was
you're
the
not friends.
client of another personal trainer, and we got to chatting. We had a
Mhm.
similar sense of humor, and we started texting regularly. Mostly mundane things and checking in on each other's mental health. We would occasionally go to lunch, or I would help him out with his location jobs, with his photography business, hauling equipment from one place to another. Then a couple of weeks ago, things got weird. I sent him a selfie of some clothes I was thinking of getting rid of and wanted his opinion. He said he really liked the first picture, but wouldn't tell me why. A few days later, he said why. Because I wasn't wearing socks and he could see my feet. I was initially a little weirded out, but if that's your
Give me a
thing, then you
fucking
do
break.
you.
No,
No.
that's wrong because that's
Wrong.
It's still sexual. He's still getting off on it.
Things went on like normal for a little while, but then he started making comments like, I would love it if I could get a special pic from you with the feet emoji. I would love if I get a special pic from you with the feet emoji. Not that she needs to include the feet emoji in her
Why
pic.
did you think you could be friends with this guy in the first place?
I didn't know what to do. Oh, God. So I had my 4-year-old paint my nails quite terribly, and I sent him the picture as a joke.
Why are you engaging with this person and then wondering why they like you?
He was overly complimentary, thanked me for understanding his needs. Afterwards, he sent me $10 via Venmo and said I could use it to go get a coffee or lunch.
That's it? Ew.
I know. I really did not like this and felt very uncomfortable about the exchange of money for my feet pics. A few days later, he asked for another picture and I said, you already have one. He got upset and said I made him feel stupid and embarrassed. He also said he thought I understood his needs and could trust me to take care of him.
Gross.
I responded to him that I felt like a sex worker. He said, no, it's just a fun way to show we care for each other.
Oh my God.
I told him I was
not.
not his beck and call and to send pictures when he requested them. He proceeded to get even more upset. And we haven't spoken or texted since. What should I do? End this friendship since it's gotten too weird? I need big sister sage advice. Yeah.
You were never friends with this person. It is just, you are just close enough in age that he does not see you as like some young girl that's helping him out. Okay. You need to get a better head on your shoulders. It's not that men and women can't be friends, but you're like helping this guy out. Then you send him a picture of your clothes. In the back of your mind, you knew. In the back, and if you didn't, then I'm here to tell you. It's an inappropriate relationship because one of you is not completely physically incapacitated. And the foot thing, he crossed a line, but he shot his shot. And you know what? You didn't shut it down. This is not a like dress like that. You were asking for it. You sent him some pictures. Fine. If you already are friends, you're like, here's a sweatshirt. Do you want? He's like, I can see your feet. That would be, and you're uncomfortable. That would have been where you're like, okay, please don't say like stuff like that. But that was the moment that you knew that you were no longer friends and you kept doing it and you took that money. The answer is you do nothing. You are no longer friends. And if he wants to hash that out with you, now that you know he's getting a boner every time he looks at your feet, that's cool. But there's nothing there. Now he's like sexually turned on by you and you maybe aren't turned on by him. So you cannot be friends. He gave you a gift by showing you who he was. Walk away. There is no reason to be friends with this person. Yeah. That's it. It makes you uncomfortable.
It's gross. The minute that he got it, he's like, now I want more. Give me more.
And then he got
$10.
angry at you. Ew, ew, ew. Have some self-respect. Walk away. You should have walked away and he's like, I can see your feet. You should have been like, I feel like that's inappropriate. He shot his shot and you went along with it. You allowed it.
Right.
Don't do the girl thing. You're like, and I took the $10, but it felt bad. And I kept talking because I wanted to make him feel comfortable. You just be done with it.
Yeah.
You're done. Unless you like this. And if there's some part of you that does, that's great. But you can't go along with it all while saying how much you don't like it. That's not fair.
Yeah. Or unless you can get more money for it.
Yeah. And then have that set up, but then you can't be upset about it.
Yeah.
You got to own it.
Yeah. But he's not your friend.
$10. Ew. Oh, that's such like fake sugar daddy play money.
And like you can get a coffee or lunch. I actually can't get lunch with $10, sir.
No, but you could dip your feet in a bean plate.
Oh. Actually.
You could afford one small specialty coffee at Starbucks and dip your toe in that whipped cream.
Yeah.
Send him a pic. Next.
Hey, Eliza, Emily, and Hot Scotty's body. Excuse me.
It's so good.
Excuse me. Longtime listener and fan. I want to ask you a question about how to deal with a chatty neighbor. For context, my fiance and I moved into our dream home last summer, and although we have a big, beautiful backyard, we constantly get harassed by our backdoor neighbor.
Yeah.
As soon as we step outside, she waves me or my partner over to the fence to talk about herself and her deadbeat sons and her disabled husband who suffers from a, quote, below the knee amputation. And then in parentheses, he had a toe removed.
No foot fetish there.
Or you get extra money for missing one toe.
Mm-hmm.
She talks on and on about her life for 40 plus minutes at a time and doesn't stop when I tell her I need to go. It's gotten to the point where my partner and I won't go outside in the backyard because we don't want to fucking see her. My partner is a psychiatrist and I'm a full-time nurse, and our jobs require a lot of emotional energy. So when we get home, we want to unwind and not become a verbal hostage to our neighbor.
Yeah.
What would you do in this situation? You can use my real name, Austin.
There is nothing wrong with lying. There is nothing wrong with ignoring this person. You go out in your yard, she waves you over, you just be like, I can't, I'm doing something. And then you go back inside. If it's the two of you sitting there and she waves you over, be like, we'll be over in a second. And you can just turn around. Like you can just brush it off. And if you do it enough times, she'll stop.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. You can always, and if somebody is dense enough that they don't pick up on verbal cues, then you can just give a physical cue and walk away and be like, I'm on my run, I'll talk to you later. And then just let them keep talking to themselves. It's not going to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And I would just give nothing back. Because what happens is I've had this where like you think you're in a normal conversation. That happened to me this last weekend in Boston. I thought I was talking to a normal person and then I realized she was drunk. And I was like, she's not picking up anything I'm putting back down. And I was like, I'll just let her talk.
Yeah.
So let her do it and then be like, all right, well, we got to go. Good to see you. Just give her a big smile and get out of there. Just walk away. She's not physically holding you. Be like, that sounds rough.
Yeah.
Just give her almost nothing
But
because you're
what
giving her
sucks is-
just enough.
You're saying like walk away, but what if they want to be outside sitting on their porch?
Put your AirPods in and be like, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, there's his face. You want to show the podcast your nice face? I'm talking to my husband, not my son.
Oh, okay. I was like, he can't put his face on the camera.
Here, actually, you're the perfect person. Your skin's all glossy.
Yeah, it's fun. Aftershave.
Yeah, this is what my normal skin looks like. Noah is the perfect person for this because we have dealt with this.
I didn't know about my regular arm on this podcast.
Look how regular his arm is. Just shaking to flex. Wait, come here, sit here. I feel like you know about. What do you think? Because you're a nice man and people love to talk to Noah and he does not like talking to most people and you will never know it.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, if it happens enough, then I think it's worth, I don't know. I find that people actually want you to be honest with them. And if you do it and you say, hey, I don't have time to talk right now. And they will either get offended and never talk to you again and you still win, or they understand and they appreciate somebody being honest with them. Because I'm guessing no one's ever told them they talk too much.
I'm going to say something offensive right now, which is you saying it to me is one thing. I think if a woman said it to me, I'd be more offended. I think if you said it to me, I'd be like, oh, he has boundaries. And if a woman said it to me.
Right.
It's also how you do it too, for sure.
Noah is very good at this stuff. See, I'm like, tell a little white lie, pretend to be on the phone. And Noah's like, just be honest and who cares?
Yeah, you make up a really elaborate lie to like get out of something way simpler.
I have a roast in the oven and the kitchen is on fire and we have a limit on how many fires we can have. But
we have to roast a chicken on Thursday because I told someone we can't go to their house for a drink.
I have put in my calendar who I lied to so that I don't, like I had a gig and I canceled it because I said I had another gig, but I was like, now I can't book a different gig because they'll see that I did that gig. Put it on my calendar, give myself a night off.
Why is my name Noah Real Husband on
my phone? I think it's okay to be like, I can't, but that's not dissimilar to what I said.
Well, you wanted to lie, but I
did. Because I think people are emotionally stupid.
When it's a constant recurring one where they're just always doing it.
That's what we're saying.
It really sucks.
Actually, you know what? This isn't fair because you're giving that advice, but I know for a fact that this has happened to Noah and he just comes in the house defeated. He's like, they talked to me again today. It happens almost every morning.
But
if they live next to you, you have to approach it differently.
Yeah,
then you can't
this is
go
a
into your
direct
own
neighbor.
backyard. Yeah,
You know what
that's
you could
the
do?
problem. They
If you
can't
run
sit
into a
outside.
do?
walk, it's palatable.
And crazy people are good with this because she's probably like a little cracked. You just be like, Maureen, I can't do this today. I don't know. I got a lot going on. Like you can just talk to them. Be like,
what's going on?
I don't know. Can I talk to you later?
Because
like,
my husband's missing a toe.
When's good for talking later?
I'd be like, as a funny person, I'd be like, we know about the toe. Anything else? Like I would be able to. I would just be like, it's a lot. I gotta go.
How's Wednesday for circling back on this? Wednesday at 4?
I gotta go.
Sambuca
I have
at my house?
Goat in the oven. I have a goat in the oven. You are so heavy. How much do you weigh?
I don't know. No.
Do you weigh over 200 pounds?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can you get off? I'm sorry.
Fine, Noah. You made him come in here. You made him sit on you. And now you're complaining.
This is why our kids are so big. I tried to lift Ethan up to put a basketball in a hoop. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the upper body strength.
What does he weigh?
My son weighs 85 pounds.
Oh, like
He's
a big
Samoan.
dog.
He's just a big kid. Not big. He's just Dense boy. All right.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any solutions, it seems
We
like.
don't have to wrap it up. No, we do. It's just kind of being like, I can't talk about this right now. Hey, I'm just super busy. Are you doing okay? I got to go. Like, you could just brush it off. She's obviously cracked enough mentally that you don't have to really think about how you say it.
Yeah. I think, and if
You
she gets mad at you, it's not the worst thing, although I know that that's hard.
Yo, give her a code for BetterHelp.
Do you
There's
need
your
someone to
answer.
talk to? Pay for this.
Well, it's gift giving season, and you know a gift that everyone wants, everyone needs, and everyone uses, but no one ever gives? Underwear. You need to be gifting MeUndies this holiday season. Their holiday Match Me collections make it simple to give a gift that actually fits, literally and emotionally, and it always feels good. There's something weirdly magical about matching outfits during the holidays, and MeUndies has taken that to the next level with their Match Me collection. So whether it's matching undies with your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, coordinating PJs for your family photo, or just having a sleepover with your best friend, MeUndies makes it fun, easy, and ridiculously cozy. Their holiday prints are adorable. The fabric is super soft. Plus, MeUndies are sustainably made. You heard me. That's right. So your holiday giving can feel good and do good. I love wearing the MeUndies micromodal fabric. I bring MeUndies on the road. I love sleeping in them. They double as like cute shorts, but also underwear. I'm always cozy. I'm taking a train, I'm wearing MeUndies. I'm on a long haul flight, I am wearing MeUndies, not some weird thong doing something strange. Knock out all your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies. To get exclusive holiday deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/Eliza and enter promo code Eliza. That's MeUndies.com/Eliza. Promo code Eliza for 50% off. It's hard to get all of the nutrition and nutrients and vitamins that you need, right? So how do you get nutrition? How do you make it taste good? And how do you do it quickly? Well, you can try Kachava. I've tried it. I think it's so tasty. It's a shake. It supports all-day energy with 5 key vitamins and minerals. It helps keep things regular with fiber, probiotics, and enzymes. It nurtures a healthy metabolism with B vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And it supports your mind and nervous system with essential minerals. You can nourish your immune system with vitamin C and zinc and probiotics all in one tasty shake. I like the vanilla. And you know what I like about it? It doesn't have a weird sweetener in it. A lot of protein shakes, you try it, and there's that weird fake sugary thing. Kachava doesn't have that. I blend mine with ice. I know it throws off the ratio, but I like how frothy it gets. It comes in delicious flavors like chocolate and matcha. And with 25 grams of 100% plant-based protein, you can feel good about what you're putting in your body. With every 2 scoops of Kachava, you get 85 plus superfoods, nutrients, and plant-based ingredients. No artificial flavors, colors, or, like I said, sweeteners. I know my listeners are busy, and I know that you guys are always looking for nutritious ways to feed yourself. So right now, Ask Iliza Anything listeners can get a special deal. Your future self will thank you. Go to Kachava.com and use code Eliza for 15% off your next order. That's Kachava, Kachava.com. Code Eliza for 15% off. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, we talk a lot about the holidays on Ask Iliza Anything. It's some of our favorite fodder. But the truth is the holidays, especially with the days getting shorter and darker and colder, can also be a very isolating time for a lot of people. And this November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on your friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there for them. I go through ups and downs all the time, and I do see a therapist. I talk to my therapist, and I find that these things just pour out of me. Whatever I'm going through, whether it's social struggles, personal struggles, issues with my family, sometimes having someone on your side who is actually there to help you, not to take sides, not to represent a family member, not to prove their point. The effects it has had on my mental health in a positive way have been astounding. BetterHelp will pair you with a therapist uniquely designed to help you with your issues. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, and they are fully licensed in the United States. And BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms. Don't wait to reach out. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Eliza. That's betterhelp.com/Eliza.
I have a saving money versus ease of living and comfort question.
Okay.
Would love to hear what Eliza and Emily have to say. And I know many of y'all have done grad school and beyond, so I'd love input from anyone. I am in medical school.
No, this isn't a free-for-all. This is just us.
I'm in medical school, and I'm going to present this question in SOAP note format, which I'm required to present new patients to my attending physician. So the S of SOAP, subjective. I, Katie, am a 33-year-old female and moving to a small town about 5 hours away from where my husband and I live. It's through my medical school where I will finish all of my fourth-year rotations in a rural setting. This is unusual for medical school, but an amazing opportunity as I plan on practicing rural family medicine. My husband will not be moving with me at this time due to his well-paying job and my negative income, aka student loans. I have a cat I want to bring with me to have, so I'm not completely alone. I would strongly prefer not to have a roommate. So that was the S. The O, objective. This program is for 7 months. Option 1, there is student housing offered for free, but they do not allow pets. Option 2, buy an RV and have cheaper monthly rent for payment plus space rent at the RV park near the hospital I will be working at. Option 3, rent a fully furnished apartment/house that allows pets. The A in SOAP is assessment. Option 1 saves a ton of money. My husband would come work remotely for a week at a time every so often. We would have to stay in a hotel somewhere else with our pets, cannot have my cat for daily comfort. Option 2, love the idea of living super close to the hospital in a nice long-term RV park where the traveling nurses and other traveling medical staff often stay. Would be able to bring my cat. Husband can come visit with dog whenever. Negatives, having something break on the RV or freeze in the winter, below freezing temps and snow all winter in this town. Having to find someone to fix it or find somewhere else to stay if heat goes out. Scared overall for amount of anxiety that would cause. Also, I feel like this is the least safe option, but
it's definitely not safe.
I'm not highly concerned about safety in any of these settings. The money-saving thought
it's
here.
the cold part.
Yeah. The money-saving thought here is later selling the RV, getting some of the money back that I spent versus losing all of it on rent with nothing to show for it. Option 3. Most expensive, but would provide the least stressful environment for me to finish my 4th year of medical school. Could bring my cat, call the homeowner when something breaks, and just be more comfortable in day-to-day living. So the P of SOAP, plan. I have been saving up my student loans as I knew I wanted to attend this program, so I either have a nice down payment on a nice RV or enough to pay for rent as I will continue getting student loans.
What do you mean you've been saving up your student loans?
I don't know how that works, but
Okay.
I guess you could take out more.
Okay.
Option 3 is what my heart and soul wants, but my brain is telling me I need to save money and send back the student loan money I will save staying in free student housing. Thanks for any input you have, or if I'm overlooking why a different option would be better than the 3 I presented. Hope the SOAP format worked for others' brains to digest info. Katie.
I do appreciate it, Katie.
Yeah.
It's a little organized for us here at the pod, but I understand you want to save money. Here's the thing. You cannot put a price on your mental health and your comfort. If you want to have this cat, I mean, you're doing these rotations, you could be working 20 hours in a row. And when you have your downtime, you need to unwind. You do not want to have a roommate. You do not want to be in like shared housing and like you're just like in these close quarters and it's going to be like you were in college. The RV to me is out simply because of how cold it is. Maybe there's a really nice one, but it's a little bit tougher and it's not, you can't take a bath. You can't take a warm shower and wander around. You're just going to, it's a lot. This is for 7 months.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think the older I get in this life and the more I travel, the more my motto becomes spend the money, spend it. It is not going to be astronomical rent. You're in a rural area.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how much can the rent be?
And I appreciate that you don't have any money and that you have all these student loans or whatever. It's going to be a couple $100, a couple $1,000, whatever. You'll make it back. But to be in a place where you are mentally clear when you clock back in for work and you can focus and you feel rested and you feel supported and your husband can come and see you and you feel like you're in a real home. Like the ability to take a night for yourself in a cozy place. I can tell you as someone that travels a lot, like there's nothing better than that.
I think RV is out. You either stay in the student housing, your cat, your husband, your dog all stay at home. And when your husband visits you, he doesn't bring any pets, or you get an apartment.
Yeah, the student housing I think would be fine. I don't really know what that looks like. In my mind, it's like a quad and you have like a roommate.
The problem that she finds with the student housing is that she couldn't have her cat. And her husband is going to visit and work remote. And it's like,
if this cat is a big deal, sometimes I miss Tianfu so much. The thought of missing her upsets me. But then when I'm away from her, I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah.
So if the cat is your heart and soul and you prefer to have her as something else to take your mind off of your schoolwork, then it's got to be 3. Cat aside, though, the amount of times I've been like, okay, should we just find like a decent hotel? And my manager's like, just spend the money, get a nice hotel. You're going to be there for 4 days. You want somewhere to unwind, especially the older we get, even though you're like 10 years younger than me. It's actually 9. Having a space to relax where you're not hearing people down the hallway. It's not like a shitty used bathtub. There is something, and if you can afford it and your husband can come and you can have the cat and you can make like a little home so that you can unwind. I think these things are paramount.
If you can swing it and
it's not the RV.
And your husband can support financially, then get the
I don't mind the
apartment.
student housing. Maybe you're close. Maybe you're friends with all the other students and I don't really know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better for morale or something, but I just think of people coming in drunk, partying. Are you sharing a fridge? Like you're 33, it's enough with shared spaces. And the fact that our government doesn't subsidize people going to medical school to be American doctors boggles my mind.
Yeah. All right, top of the cup.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
I got a great bottom and it's holiday themed. And I would like you guys to think as you send in your questions over the incoming weeks to try to make them holiday themed.
Okay. All holiday, all the time.
Make it Supreme. You want me to go
Okay.
first?
Do you want, bottom. Do you want
My
to go
bottom,
first?
I'll go last to just kind of round it out.
Okay. Fan bottom. I'm wondering, Eliza, if you have a take on this. The past 2 Marriott, that's how we're supposed to say it.
Supposed to say
Hotel.
Marriott, yeah. Uh-huh.
Hotel I've stayed at have had incredibly strong perfume / scent pumping in their lobby 24/7. It's not bad, but I'm sensitive to perfumes and scents and it causes me migraines. The last Marriott I was at, my migraine lasted 3 days. I wonder if this is a new thing they're doing everywhere or just the 2 I happen to stay at for work. Can anyone else confirm this is a thing? I hate it. Okay, Eliza. When's the last time you were in a Marriott?
I don't know. I never mind a lobby scent. So
You
I'm
like
in
a
Marriott's
scent.
often. I do like a scent if it's a nice hotel. That's sometimes upscale hotels will do that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like an autograph collection.
It's probably a signature scent and it's just
You know
not
what, though?
jiving with our listener.
And then put on a mask, bring a mask with you, walk through that lobby as long as it's not being pumped in the room. But I get you because I feel that way about cigarette smoke even when casinos filter it out. I always get sick in the rooms.
I
What's your
saw a bar. I drove past a bar on a street I've never been on in my area called like Billy Bob's New Hang. Like it was something that weird. So I had to look it up on Yelp. And the latest review was, this place is great. You could still smoke inside here. I was like, oh God.
That's wild. That
Billy
and like,
Bob.
I mean, this is everywhere, but like, especially when I was in Philadelphia staying downtown, like the amount of people who smoke weed just like openly while walking. Like, folks,
Yeah.
this isn't legal. It's fucking disgusting. I hate
Cool.
smelling weed. It makes me feel unsafe.
I don't like all those smoke smells. Keep them to yourselves.
Smoke smells. My bottom. of
My
the pod.
bottom.
All right, do you?
You wanted to go last.
I you did yours.
No, my bottom is that I need to go to the post office and I keep putting it off. And I
Sucks.
hate that kind of errand where it's like it can only happen during certain times. So I need
Yeah.
to take time away from something else. So I need to, I couldn't just like knock it out on a Sunday. And I'm just like, I have to plan for this. I need to do that and get the cat some more eye drops. And that has to happen during certain weekday times. So I'm like, I got to carve like an hour out of my damn work day.
They can't just call that in. Like you have to like go.
I got to go pick it up from the ophthalmologist.
Oh, just TaskRabbit it if you don't want to do it.
Well, I need to go to the post office. It's these things I
You
need
ain't
to
got no
carve out
job.
time for.
You got
Here's-
time.
I should get up early and do it before work. I don't want to, and that's
That would
my
feel so
bottom of the
good
cup.
to just knock them
know.
both out and be like,
I
"Fuck
know.
you."
I could
And then
do
what do you
it.
have to do? Send like a Labubu knockoff through certified mail? Is that why you got to go to the post
No, I'm
office?
sending my friend some of his comics.
Oh, that's right. Your side hustle. Okay.
Yeah,
My
your bottom.
My bottom is in my never-ending war with the marketing of Hanukkah and the absolute fail that is the marketing of the Jewish religion.
Yeah,
I saw online Hanukkah lights and they were so beautiful. They were multicolored blue. Like it was
Mm.
like 4 different shades of blue within one strand. And I
Mhm.
Googled around to see if I could find them cheaper or maybe this was a thing that existed. I could not find them anywhere. So on one strand, it was like midnight blue, light blue, powder blue, dark blue.
Yeah.
It was very cool. Right. And they were expensive. And I was like, you know what? I'll have these forever and we'll make our little Hanukkah corner and that'll be great. And they arrived yesterday without the cord. So it's literally $70 for just the bulbs. And I had to order the cord that comes so you can screw each bulb in. And on the box, it's like cord not included, but like, that's not something you would think about when you look on a website. I'm like, look, a strand of lights. It was not like in a banner, like caveat emptor, there's no way to use these.
I mean, I guess the thought is you can have the cord and get multiple for different seasons and you keep it forever. But I would never think that in a million years. No.
That's wild. In a world where you can buy lights for like 35 cents on Amazon, the fact that you think someone is curating each bulb within a strand differently.
Yeah, you're going to have to put them in the right order.
It made me, even though this is not like a Jewish company, it was just a website that had a bunch of stuff for holidays, it still made me mad at Jews for making it so difficult to celebrate this mid-holiday.
Does it make you feel better that when we posted your picture of the mantle on Patreon, everyone was like, oh my God, that is gorgeous.
Look. Once because I can't talk back. So it's like, I'm looking at things with sunglasses and gloves on. I can't really interact.
You're not being let in there.
Top of the cob.
Top of the cob from a listener. This sentence just made me laugh. I finished crocheting a blanket and a ladybug. I love that. Got a blanket and then got a ladybug done as well.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Crocheting seems hard. A lot of girls do
usually it's like, oh, I did a blanket and a scarf. No, a blanket and a ladybug. Send a picture of that ladybug, please.
Yeah, send it over. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Next one.
Be about it.
Be about it.
My top is my parents picked up the dog that they're fostering.
Ooh, picture?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to dox her yet. She's not up for adoption.
Oh my God,
but
I hate
yes,
you so much.
her name's
You even think that.
Her name's Spice. She's like a 12-year-old little terrier. She came in with Pumpkin. She wasn't named.
That sucks that she got Spice.
I know. She got Spice. So she's 12 and getting heartworm treatment. So she's in with my parents so she can relax because it like puts a massive strain on your heart. So she has to be like very calm. So I was like cuddling her and kissing her the other day. She's so sweet. And it's nice to see a new animal. Even though I love my animals, it's like, ooh, who are you?
Yeah.
What's your deal? So I said when we're eventually allowed to adopt her out, I was like, I'll make a reel and I'm going to play Spice Up Your Life on it.
She's like, they call me Spice. I got a heart problem. My Spice Up Your Life. My top it's very small. The first show, I did 2 shows in Boston, and the first show on Friday, I have this joke where I talk about taking a shower with my husband, and I set it up. And I was like, the other day, my husband and I were taking a shower, and this guy in the back of the auditorium, I just hear him go, nice. And I told the crowd the next night, and they laughed, and it was such a tame, like, nice. Like, I just mentioned I was in a shower with my husband. Yeah.
That doesn't mean people attending shows should be talking during them, but this was funny.
It was almost an escape. Like he was agreeing, like, nice.
Like it really just came out of him.
It was, I don't know why it carried, but it was so funny.
Nice.
I'll give you my other top of the cob because I've only really reappreciated it recently. By the way, I'm about to speak about traveling. For my follow-up essay on my Substack, my next essay, because I wrote about what Christmas means to me and decorating, my next essay is going to be a travel tips, because I always want to read about traveling tips and I'm never impressed. It's always like, I'm a flight attendant and I always do a blue light over my bed to make sure there's no jizz on it and make sure there's no camera. I'm like, this, I don't need this. Mine is travel tips and my holiday shopping guide for the traveler in your life. So I'm going to be sharing all the things that I like. It's not breaking the internet, but if you're a traveler like me and you like to read about other people traveling, you can check that out. So that will be coming out. My top of the cob is I can sleep on any flight, and I've been taking some long flights lately. My body naturally, for some reason, wakes up about an hour before we land. And that's a great feeling when you have like a 7-hour flight to just wake up an hour before. And I love that I sleep most of it. And then my little tradition is I bring my own coffee and I ask for a cup of hot water and I make my own little coffee and I just sip a coffee for that hour as we begin to descend. and I like check my phone, and it's like a little bit of me time. And I just really love my little ritual.
What are you bringing for the coffee?
I bring Groundworks has given me some coffee bags that are for steeping.
Oh,
I actually think those are the best. I do like Copper Cow, but I do think that's better for pour over a person, like a single serving. So I like steeping them in there.
but it's like a tea bag.
It's like a tea bag for coffee.
That's cool.
I just ask for hot water and then I ask for a little bit of their shitty milk and I just do it. And I log onto that free Wi-Fi because I have T-Mobile and I just text you and I love it. I love it. And you will be hearing this episode and the next week is Thanksgiving. So get your Thanksgiving questions in. We're supposed to have Patton Oswalt on. I don't know if we're still arranging that, but it's sure going to be nice. I had to cancel. I was sick.
You carry a lot of water weight in your skull.